going on, guys? I am back today with another video for you, and I'm going to do something a little bit different today. We haven't done a stock video yet, but give myself a little background. I've been trading stocks now for since 2016, so going on 8 years. I feel like I'm pretty decent at it. I've had a lot of success in the market, so I figured we'd give this a try. I know there's a lot of videos out there of people posting their trades and their swings and their day trades, so I figured I'm going to give you guys some swing plays for next week. Now, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research. These are just plays that I have been watching consistently and I think could see some action next week. But we're going to take a look. Obviously, we saw what happened. If you guys don't sleep under a rock, you know yesterday there was a attempt on the president. So that is something we need to consider going forward into next week. With the market, we don't know, obviously, what's going to happen with that yet. So definitely keep your eye out on that. But just based on setups is what I'm going to look at. So these are the 5 plays I'm looking at into next week. So let's start off here with Square. So definitely a decent setup here. I'm looking for a continuation on the breakout. So you can see last week sometime it broke out. Past the resistance, you can see we had a downward wedge here, which we saw the break, and it did have a decent run, which was nice. So you can see we ran from like $64 up to almost $70 there on the breakout. So I would look for a continuation on this play. Potentially, again, we don't know what the market's going to do with the attempt on the president there, but if it continues, we've seen all-time highs, recently with the Dow and the S&P 500. So if it does continue, I would like to see this continue up to about $73, $74, which would be, 7 to 8% on your money there. So I would look for a nice option play on that. You can see we got a lot of resistance there around $73, $74 mark. So somewhere in that range is where I think we'll see basically a bounce. Maybe test that resistance level there. If it breaks through that 74, we could see it go up as high as $80 there. But again, let's watch, see what it does, see how the market starts that morning. Monday morning is going to be real telling. If we see a lot of red based on what happened, we'll know, hey, let's activate some puts here. But if it doesn't open too crazy and it stays pretty level, I'd like to say maybe towards the afternoon we start seeing stuff run. But we'll see, who knows. Let's go take a look at my next play here. I want to talk about Micron. Now, I did jump in, just full disclosure, I did jump in on Micron last week. I think I got in a little too early. I thought we saw a break. It looked like it was going to break on that third green candle there, and I was wrong. So full disclosure there, but I do still think this setup looks nice, so I adjusted the lines here. I'm going to wait now to add to my position, looking at a break of 136. So on the break of 136, I would look to see this thing hopefully run to about 146. So pretty decent run up, maybe 7-8% again on the run there. But there's not a lot of resistance up there, right? So once it passes that 146, 145 level, it definitely could test all-time highs. So I probably wouldn't jump out myself. I'd wait to see if there's a rejection off that resistance of 146. If there's not and it just pushes right through, I would definitely hold and see if we test that 157 level and potentially even break out from there. So definitely want to keep on the watch list. Again, I'm looking for a break of 136 myself, and we'll probably take an option play on it. Nice, basically a swing. I'd want to hold for a few days, see if we get up to that all-time high. All right, let's go back, check out the next one. Another one I took last week, but this one was a good take. You can see it. We did see the breakout back down there around 160 level-ish. That tall green candle. I think I took maybe in around 164, 165, I think is where I jumped in. Somewhere in there on the breakout. So you can see I profited pretty nicely on the breakout, but I do think we could see higher highs. So let's take a look. You can see we're bouncing off previous resistance levels, and we're consolidating right around that level. You can see it's been consistently consolidating for the last 3 to 4 days, up around that 182, 185, touching 187 levels there. So that's what I'd look for. If we can break that 187 level there, there's hardly any resistance moving up from there. So I'm going to look for a breakout 187. I'm going to take some call options on that, and we're going to go long. Hopefully, we could see this thing run up to that all-time high 227 mark. But at the least, I want to take it to 215. That's my spot I'm looking at, and I'll probably do a trailing stop from there. But 215 is my mark, so that'd be about be about 15% on that. Just if you took shares. So I definitely think we could see a continuation on this. But again, we have to see what the open does on Monday with everything that's going on right now. I'm not confident that we're going to see a continuation on runs. We could just see everything pull back quite a bit. But you never know. I mean, you really don't. It's tough to say nowadays. Next one I'm going to show. I've been tracking for a few days now. I think, obviously, this one's not set up yet, but it could. I think it's got a good shot. What's going on here? Well, it doesn't want to pull up Nike for some reason. Is it all of them doing this? My internet's been poopy lately. There we go. All right. Jumping back in. Sorry about that. All right, so Nike, we can see we had a huge downward dip there in the stock. So it's right now just consolidating now on these new lows down at $72, $73. I would look to take a play. I'm just going to keep monitoring this one. I think add it to your watch list. We don't know if it could see a rebound here, but if it does break that $77 mark there, you can see we have a nice big gap up to fill, and I'm definitely going to want to take advantage of the gap up. So definitely break of $77. I'd look to see a run up to that 88 level there, which is previous resistance back here. You can see that 88 level. We tested it a few times back in the day. So that's where I'm looking for that nice gap, because that's a pretty big gap up. So taking advantage of that, I think, is worth it. So put this on your watch list. I don't know that this next week, obviously, that we see this play, but this could be a play maybe within, the next 2 weeks or so that we get that break of 77. So that would be a 14% play there. So pretty nice gains on this one if we take advantage of that gap up, because there's no resistance level. Obviously, it's gonna fly right through that gap. So that's what these stocks usually do. So let's take advantage of it. And the one I've been saving for last, probably the one you guys are most interested in, is the Trump stock. So let's take a look at it. I'm probably going to play this one no matter what, whatever level or whichever way it breaks. So you can see we're really consolidating here in the wedge. Got a real nice pattern set up here. So whichever way it breaks out is the way I'm going to take it. So if we see it break downward, I'm going to take a put on this stock, and we'll probably take it down to about 22. You can see that that downward right around April 15th, that downward resistance there. I would think it would go about that far, because with the news and everything. But if people say, you know what, I'm gonna support Trump and everything that happened, this thing could rally. We don't know. So if we do see that break of $34, I would say roughly $34, $35 break, I would probably look to take this thing up to about $40. So maybe even higher, depending on the how much support he gets with this. We could see this thing go crazy on Monday. We just don't know. Could even test this all-time high for all we know. That's some pretty crazy news. So sometimes you just don't know. You just don't know what the market's going to do with news like that. So I would think it goes down, but I've seen crazier things happen. So I'm going to watch on the break, see which way it goes. Whichever way it goes, I'm going to take a play on this, because I think this is going to be a big runner come Monday, Tuesday. So you guys do your own research, read the news, see what you guys come up with. But those are my plays that I'm going to keep my eye on for next week. Obviously, we're going to look for the breaks before we take those plays, but hopefully this gives you some good ideas and some stuff to take a look at and put on your watch list at the very least. So let me guys know what you thought of the video, and as always, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. If you've got some plays yourself that I should take a look at, just drop them in the comments, guys. I'll take a look. Hopefully we can start doing more of these videos in the future. I do love playing the stock market, and I'm real into it, so definitely any plays you guys got, shoot them my way. I'll take a look. Maybe we'll do them in a future video. So, all right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the content as always. Thanks.